Toby,
All right. We're live.
that's great.
Okay, we're still waiting.
Say something, let me see. It's echoing at your end. Let me know whether it's my mic when it.
Exactly. Yours too. I heard my voice from my end.
Okay, so when thing is speaking, the other mic will be turned off.
Yeah, like we discussed earlier. Yep, yep, yep. Gosh. Good. Okay, we have someone here. Is that you? Hi, good evening. Hello, nutrition champion. Please, if you won't mind, please just drop your name and where you're joining from. Thank you. Thank you for joining in on our very first YouTube edition. So we're going to just take some minutes, and welcome audience here. Please tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your siblings, tell your colleagues, join in and let's learn more about nutrition during pregnancy. Oh, hi, Joy Gadani. Thank you for joining in. You're welcome. Oh, Kaduna. Hi, Skady today. It's been a wet day in most places. Thank you for joining in. Please pen down your name and where you're joining in from. Thank you.
Hi, Joy. Welcome.
Please, Joy, can you confirm that you can hear us clearly? If you would write that down, that would be lovely. So it's all about nutrition, maternal nutrition during pregnancy. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. KD is wet as well. I think in August it rains like almost everywhere. Sometimes I feel like it's raining in every state at the same time, especially during, between July and August. The rains are really, really, really. Thank you. I'm glad you can hear us loud and clear. Thank you for joining in. Yay, your camera is here. I can see you now. Hi, Rumi. Oh, you're muted, yeah? Because I cannot hear
Me too,
you.
the light too. So we had to make sure that we had another, made another plan B. How are we going to do with this our country?
Why?
Why?
Hi.
Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. I see that we have three people. Ooh, they are back to two persons. Why? The other person left us. Where did you go to? Please come back. Please come back. Igba, Cletus. Good to see you. Good to
Kate,
see you.
welcome.
Kate, welcome. It's good to see you.
Please call your neighbors,
Please call
share
your
with them.
neighbors.
I see you from
I see you
Abuja. You're
from.
welcome. Ah, thank you. Welcome, welcome. Please just type in your name and where you're joining us from. And we're going to, we'll take our time to have discussions, take questions on this topic. But we'll still wait a while and see. Um, we'll probably will begin in the next 5 minutes, Rumi. So Rumi, I think just some minutes before we started, before it was 7, I thought to send a poking question on my status, and I was like, do you think pregnant women should eat or drink of just anything they crave for? You know, that's a I find that very common in our homes, especially in Africa, in Nigeria. Let me be specific. When women are pregnant, you just hear, allow her, give her everything, whatever she wants to eat, let her eat, you know, and all of that. So I think those are aspects that we also would be talking about a lot on this live and subsequent live sessions that we would have, and even key messages, because you find out that a lot of ladies nowadays, you how can I be pregnant and still maintain my shape, and still people just feel when I'm pregnant I'm allowed to just eat every and anything. It's pregnancy, and when I'm done giving birth I would maintain what I eat again. How has it been around your side, around your community?
Community. Yeah, so again, we are not saying that pregnant women will not have cravings. No, they will definitely have cravings. But we are saying that you try to channel your cravings to something healthier, something that will not harm your child, something that will help you to be able to give birth to a healthy child. So it's very important that our women, when they are pregnant, they need to learn how to switch unhealthy
I
food
can I can
items
I
to
cannot
healthy
hear
food
you very
items. I can hear
clearly.
you very clearly. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but
Yeah,
just
I can
quite
hear you, but
faintly.
just
Maybe
quite
your
faintly.
network.
Maybe your network. The network is bad because it's really a wet day in Kaduna, so we're struggling with network. But if you can hear me, I was saying that we cannot stop women from having cravings, right? Definitely, they will have cravings. Can you hear me, Paula? Hello, Rumi.
I can hear you and I
Hello.
can
I can
see
hear
you.
you and I can see you. Mm-hmm. because it froze at my end here. Your face is frozen. I can't even see any movement. It's as if though somebody photoshop your picture.
I see her network is acting up. So what she was trying to say, okay, yeah,
Okay,
I think she's
yeah,
far from
I
her mic
think she's
too.
far from her mic too.
You're back now,
You're
Rumi.
back
Continue.
now,
Okay.
Rumi.
Yeah, so women, of course, we are not stopping them from having cravings. It's hormonal. There's nothing we can do about it, right? It's their hormone. But what we are saying is, even in your craving, you need to learn how to prioritize locally available healthy snacks for junks. So that's what we are saying. And it's very difficult in my own side, in our own community, to tell pregnant women to not eat some certain kind of foods because they are craving it. It's so difficult. It's one of the most difficult things to do. But then we encourage.
Yeah. So we encourage women all around us, by letting them know the effects of junk foods or junk snacking during pregnancy. And so we'll be doing a lot of different breakdowns of these key messages for pregnant women that will help them live healthier lives, that would help them with better birth outcomes, you know, and just breaking it down from one to the other. We have Joy and Kate Cletus here. Please, if you're just joining in, you're welcome. Kindly write down your name and where you're joining us from. And so the conversation has sort of started. And please, for those who have joined in, feel free to drop any questions that you may have from now so that we can even address these questions as we go on. So feel free to ask any questions that you have heard, any myth or misconceptions, the way your culture it is done in your culture, the way people act, and all of that, and we can talk more about it. Meanwhile, you know, um, we already, put on our page here an introduction of nutrition matters and all that we are talking about and all that we will be talking about. So we, again, just echoing that, we are here to share um, the facts on nutrition and health for all life circles. That is from conception to aging. All right. Nutrition is 360, and we say it is everyone's business. That's why we say it's for. Don't say I'm not a woman, so I'm not going to be here. I'm happy that Cletus is here. Igba Cletus is here. He's a man, and he's a prospective father and husband, and he would get to help in nurturing and supporting his wife during pregnancy to stay healthy, nutritionally and otherwise. So our very first topic here, we're starting with that first foundation of health and nutrition, where it all starts, where it all begins, and that is conception. When the baby is in the womb, still baking, we want to ensure that that baby, that fetus, bakes into a healthy human being who would come, be alive, full of life, and continue to procreate healthier human beings. Rumi, welcome back.
Yes, I have a struggling network.
I see that. I
I
see
see
that.
that.
And it's
That.
also raining at your
But you
place,
can
is
go
it?
ahead. As soon as I am able to switch,
At your place.
I am able to get a better network, I would go ahead and speak on one or two things. But you can go ahead.
All right. So, okay, so basically, we're talking here about nutrition, maternal nutrition in pregnancy. Um, oh, yes, I think she's closer to her mic now. I'm just seeing Ketu's message again. And we'll just start with the key messages. And like I was saying, pregnancy, that is where it all begins. I was thinking about it earlier today, and I thought, this is just like baking, let's say, bread. The way you mold your dough when it's in the oven magnifies that same shape of whatever you have put in the oven. So the same way, when this child is in the womb, how we nurture our bodies and how what we eat, how we take care of ourselves also determines to some extent, to a large extent, how this fetus develops and grows. So it is very important. And you find out that during interviews or when you go for conferences or discussions, you find women saying, you people always talk about the child. You're always talking about the child. Breastfeed the child exclusively. Do this for the child. Exclusive breastfeeding, early initiation, hygiene. Everything is centered around. What about we, the mothers? What about me? And we say they are not neglected at all. In fact, the very first chapter or the beginning of every nutrition document you can find in the world today, from UNICEF, WHO, any organization at all, starts or begins with maternal nutrition. So the health of the mother is very important. What she consumes is very important for both her, the child, and birth outcomes when she's giving birth, and all of that. So I think, Rumi, you're kind of stable now. So how about we go right into the first key messages that we want to project for the pregnant mother. Yeah, that's our counseling card right there. It is called the Maternal, Infant, and Young Child Nutrition Counseling Card. All right. So it begins. Initially it was called IYCF, that is Infant and Young Child Nutrition. I'm echoing now. But for emphasis sake, to make sure that we ensure that the mother is included, the mother is not neglected, has never been neglected, actually. But just to emphasize that, hey, dear mother, we have you and you're first on the list because your health matters. You matter. How healthy you are matters, and it translates into the child that you're bringing forth. So that's our counseling card there. So I'm going to let my roomie, Jessie Bart, take us on the very first point. Over to you, Jessie.
Thank you, Paula Green, Ada. So I hope that I'm not interrupted with. Can you hear me? Rumi, can you hear me? It seems like the moment I start talking, the network just goes off. Can you
I
hear me?
can hear you.
Okay, good.
Yeah, just if you could come a little bit
Bit.
closer to the mic so that it's clearer.
Okay. So I think this is much better now, right? You can hear me. Um, so we are going to be looking at what the pregnant woman needs during when she's pregnant. For instance, what she should eat, what she should drink. Is she supposed to cave into her cravings? What are the needed things during pregnancy? So first and foremost, it's very important that we encourage our mothers, our women who are pregnant, to attend antenatal care. It is called ANC. Antenatal care are clinics where women go to check to get themselves um, checked up on whether their pregnancy is going well, whether they have any kind of non-communicable disease or even communicable disease that will hinder the growth of their babies, and even their own health will risk them during delivery. So all in all, it is to ensure the safety of the child and the mother. And the ANC is encouraged at second trimester, but we always advise that mothers should go to the facility as soon as they discover that they are pregnant, just to confirm their pregnancy and also confirm their expected date of delivery. The second thing is we expect that mothers should also ensure that they go with their husbands. So, pregnancy is not for one person. Oga, now you put am there, so you have to follow. It is important for the woman to go with her husband so that it will boost her confidence, one. It will also show that the needed support she needs during the phase of pregnancy, she's getting it. There are other key areas that are important for the pregnant woman, which she would need her partner to be able to support her for that phase, throughout that phase. For instance, I can give you an example because our discussion here is basically around the issues of pregnancy and then experiences. So one of the experiences is, for instance, when the breast is not is it's already it doesn't form, the nipple is not formed enough to get ready to secrete milk. One of the things that husbands are told to do is to play with the nipple of the woman or the pregnant wife or pregnant partner. But Oga, you will not know all these things if you don't escort her to the facility. And trust me, women will not tell you that they say they should play with their nipple. Because why wouldn't you go and hear it for yourself, sir? So these are some of the things that we hear during ANC. And so this is the first step for any pregnant woman to commence her journey in pregnancy to deliver a healthy child. Paula, over.
Thank you, Rumi. I hope your network continues to stay in, and thank you for joining in. Please don't forget to type your name here. We're taking roll call, There may be special gifts later. Please type in your name and where you're joining in from. So another point again, to add, is the health of the mother. You need to check your health. You need to make sure that you are fine, and this includes HIV testing. HIV has become it is, I mean, it's no news anymore, right, in our communities. But then we still have to take it very seriously because there are still persons who have HIV. Thank God this is now something that could be treated, could be, managed rather. So we encourage every pregnant woman to know her HIV status. This will help the health workers, help her better to manage her pregnancy period, help monitor her health, and also help to ensure that she's taking all the needed drugs, that is her retroviral drugs, to ensure safe pregnancy and safe delivery. Okay, so that is very important. We also, it is also advised that pregnant women should eat one extra small snack, in between meals. Just like my Ruby mentioned earlier, they have to be healthy meals, healthy snacks. All right. So, we have many healthy snacks in our community. We have um, awara, we have akara, we have also fruits. Don't forget that fruits could also be snack in between. You could take banana in between
We
meals
have that one
and
as
feel
well.
full at that point. So all these are healthy snacks that we can eat in between. Not donuts, not buy me a big Coke. Give me big Coke and buns and puff puff. We want and we encourage women, pregnant women, to also, work on their mindsets to, channel their cravings towards healthy snacks and healthy meals. So that is another point that we will discuss. So, and please, like I did mention earlier, if we have any questions, please put them down. I mean, that will help gear our discussions to ensure that we're carrying us along. Um, Rumi, do you want to take the next point now that your network is fine?
Oh, yes. So I want to take the next point, which is how many times a day should a pregnant woman eat? I know, Rumi, you've said something about it, but I wish our viewers can tell us from their own point of view, how many times do you think a pregnant woman should eat? So anyone, just drop it on the comment section. Let's know. You know, nutrition matter is just starting, so you don't know whether we are going to gift you something today. So if you have any idea at all how many times a pregnant woman can eat, kindly drop it in the chat box, so that we can, discuss it further. How many times she should eat, and then we will go to what are the other services that she could get to also supplement what she's not getting in her food. So I don't know. Rumi, can you see any comments, or should we continue? I see that we have 4 people, but only 2 people had introduced themselves. I'm sure network is kicking some people in and bringing some people out, and that kind of stuff. Please, you are highly welcome. Yes, another person has dropped, remaining 3. My God, network, why are you doing this to us today? Okay, so let me just continue in the absence of no comment. Ideally, 3 times, but there are snacks in between meals. So if we are to calculate from when she wakes up to when she sleeps, 5 times. Please don't judge. Calm down, calm down. 5 times means that she takes breakfast. Before breakfast and lunch, there's an in-between snack, and that snack can be any fruit. My roomie mentioned. Fruit can be fruit in season. Let's say you are pregnant during the mango season. Please eat one mango. Let's say you are pregnant during the orange season. Take oranges. Let's say you are pregnant during the watermelon season. Take watermelon. So any fruit in season, even if it's garden eggs are very good. So carrots. So again, when we say fruit, some people just assume that carrots are under vegetables and they cannot play the part of fruits. They can play the part of fruits. It's fruits and veggies. So even if it's cucumber you want to eat as your snack, please munch that cucumber, slice it into pieces and eat. We have another one in between lunch and dinner. So when you eat your lunch, you are expected to also snack. This time around, you can snack on something like, what do we call it? Awara. We have donwake. We have ridi. So these kinds of snacks are, very popular in the north. In the south, we have things like ugba, this pear, this cooked boiled pear that you will boil, you pour hot water inside. They are very nice. And then you can have dinner. So it's expected again that as a pregnant woman, you are able to touch base with different of our food groups, our food, different types of classes of food we have. So for breakfast, we are not expecting you to drink akamu without any form of protein in it. So even in your akamu, we expect that you take at least akamu and akara if it's available. And even your akamu should not be plainly with maize. You should have. So I think the more we go, we proceed. Nutrition Matters will be showing you food demonstrations. We'll be bringing in picking some locally available fruits in our communities and show you how you can combine them to give yourself and your family adequate diet. So that will come in another topic, but ensure that in your eating you are able to touch base with the different classes of food we have. For instance, if you add maize and you are adding guinea corn, they are all under the same classes. So someone would assume that you put a drop of soya beans into your maize before you grind it, so that it gives it that protein content in your akamu. So these are some of the things you are supposed to eat during pregnancy. You have to eat well so that your child can grow well, so that you, the mother, can be healthy to be able to, raise that child adequately, give the child the adequate nutrients they need to grow in your womb. Over to you, Rumi.
Thank you, Ruby. So we have a comment here from Igba Cletus, and he says he was told that pregnant women feel hungry a lot. So during that period, he thinks they should eat at least 4 times. So that's Cletus' comment. Thank you, Cletus, for your comments. And like you heard my Rumi said,
I'm sorry, Rumi. Sorry, Rumi, 1 minute just on what he has just said. So I was in a meeting in Gombe State and I asked this question: how many times a woman should eat? And one man said as much as she wants, and every man in that room wanted to, choke the man. Like, what do you mean? How many times? Like, how? What is it? Is she carrying one president inside her stomach? And the man was like, needs to.
I think the network is acting up again. The network was acting up again, so we didn't get you towards the end. Yeah, you froze.
Yeah, but don't
So,
worry, go ahead.
all right. So thank you so much, and thank you, Cletus, for that. And so the other part that is also very important for pregnant women is supplementation. That is, so during pregnancy, the mother, the woman, loses a lot of nutrients because of the pregnancy, because the development of the child, draws from her body, especially, nutrients like iron, you know. So all of these and many more micronutrients are lost during pregnancy. And most of the time we are not able to get all the required amount of nutrients, that we need in the body from just the food we consume. People will tell you that before you could get just 500 milligram of vitamin C from oranges, you have to take so many oranges just to get, just a fraction of vitamin C, daily need of vitamin C. So it's the same thing for the pregnant woman. At that point in time, what she eats does not necessarily produce all that she needs in the required amount in her body to help her, take care of herself and also nurture that baby. And so there is what we call the multiple micronutrient supplements. It's called MMS. I don't know if some of you have seen it in your your facilities. It's not widespread yet, but I mean the government and partners are also working around it to make sure that multiple micronutrient supplements are available in all health facilities where women go for antenatal, and they are given one bottle, to take them through their pregnancy. So, and where MMS, that is the multiple micronutrient supplements, uh, are not available, we also advise during pregnancy, during antenatal care, the health workers will provide or recommend um, iron folic acid. All right. These are supplements that help the women and the development of the baby during pregnancy. So, in most uh, facilities, you find out that women are encouraged to take iron folic acid. Iron folic acid, most of the time, have proven to be a bit not, a bit intolerable for some pregnant women. So some pregnant women have complained that it makes them nauseous. Uh, they do not like the smell because already being pregnant, they are allergic to a lot of things. They are sensitive to a lot of smell, and the smell of iron folic acid most times it's not palatable to a lot of them, and so um, they have complained. And the multiple micronutrient supplements is one that contains about 50 micronutrients and vitamins. So 15, sorry, 15 micronutrients and vitamins, including the iron, folate, and folate. So that way, the woman has to swallow just one pill per day, and that makes it easier. And it does not have the kind of smell, strong smell that most pregnant women are not able to tolerate. And there are guidelines to how these can be taken. But for now, I will just leave it at that. Multiple micronutrient supplements, iron, folate acid, are supplements that the pregnant woman should take. Where would the pregnant woman get this supplement we're talking about? She will get them from the facility when she goes for antenatal care. So you see that these the points we've been mentioning, they follow each other. First, she must go for antenatal care. Then she will get all of this information on what best to do and the best practices, supplements that she's expected to take, the the snacks we talked about, what she eats, and all of that. So before my Ruby continues, Kate says he has a question. Did a pregnant woman or does a pregnant woman require exercises like road walk, other soft exercises? So absolutely, for nutrition, health, they go hand in hand. When we talk about health, we're talking about general health, including exercise. All right. So, yes, pregnant women are required or allowed and can, do some exercises to help with their health. It's very important. Exercise is for all. But, like you said, we don't advise her to go do excess, as much as her body can take. You find out that so there are women who are already boxers, they are boxers, and these women are still going to the ring, to the boxing rings, and still doing boxing even while with their pregnancies. So yes, women who are pregnant can, you know do exercises. It's highly recommended, but again, as much as their bodies can take, and as much as they know they're able to, and possibly recommended by their physician or their doctor, because there are certain women who may have some underlying, issues, health issues, and the doctor will say, what, do this kind of exercise and don't go overboard doing another type of exercise. So these are all, mediums to check in. Thank you, Cletus. More questions, please throw them in. Ruby, next point. You may want to come closer to your mic as well.
Can you hear me?
Yes, a little still
Yes, a
far
little still
away.
far away. Okay, so it means I have to shout. I have to shout into my mic. Okay, so we are going to be looking at, we've talked about MMS, that's the multiple micronutrient supplement. Then we're going to talk about deworming tablet. I don't know if my roomie touched base with deworming, why pregnant women should be given deworming tablet. Pregnant women are given the warming tablet to prevent anemia. Because again, one of the major issues around maternal deaths during delivery is anemia. Anemia in women of reproductive age, anemia in childbirth is very rampant. And so it is advised that women take supplements, which includes MMS, to replenish some of their blood. Additionally, it's important for them to take deworming tablets so that they prevent worms from also taking in from where the child is going to eat from. It will shorten their own blood, and the baby also needs blood. So it is advised that women should take deworming when they are pregnant. Additionally, another killer is malaria. There are some times that women will give birth and then they will have to admit the child because the child has contracted jaundice. Jaundice is one of the symptoms of prolonged malaria in a pregnant woman. And so it's very important that women take malaria drugs during pregnancy, and that can only be prescribed in the facility. So you see, we all go back to that ANC. Without ANC services, the woman is in danger, danger of multiple things. Apart from, losing her life during childbirth, she might lose her child. She might also contract other illnesses that will become detrimental to her family members. So it is really advised that women should not take their health, should not joke with their health, should take their health seriously. I love the fact that Mr. Igba had asked us to talk about exercises. So, a woman that is pregnant, that prioritizes her safety, her health, would want to do everything to protect herself and her child. Walking, taking small walks, and trying to eat healthy is one major aspect you can help yourself apart from supplementation. So it is advised we counsel women and tell women that they need to do exercises during pregnancy, and they also need to take the warming tablets to prevent anemia. They also need to sleep on treated mosquito nets. We call them long-lasting treated mosquito nets. It's very important. We will put there are times that they'll put us under mosquito nets. You see one leg outside. Roomie, especially my roomie, those times that we were staying together, she will use one, and she loves mosquito net. She's the only person that was always traveling with mosquito net everywhere she travels to. But at the same time, in the night, you hear somebody's leg, trying to come out under the mosquito net. So it's very important that we get used to these things early. If a woman, long before she gets married, starts getting used to protecting herself, not even because she's pregnant, just because it is healthy for us to sleep under mosquito net in areas that we know are saturated with mosquitoes up and down, then you know that even during pregnancy, it will become part of her routine. It's not something that is introduced to her and she finds it very difficult, to implement. So these are some of the few steps that women need to take to have adequate nutrition during pregnancy. Rumi, back to you.
Thank you. Thank you for spilling that my legs were going out through the nets. Eshe, thank you very much. Yeah, Rumi indeed. Anyway, that's why we call ourselves Rumi, because yeah, we once lived together when we studied nutrition, you know, as a part of our career, and working with community members, women, infant and young children, and health workers and the community themselves to improve nutrition. So, yes. So, when we go again, we'll be referring to this ANC all the time. When we move uh, uh, to other points, key messages and points that pregnant women need to be aware of, we'll always be referring to the ANC. It is expected that during ANC, these health talks are done, and women can ask questions and get enlightened about it. other kinds of, so we've been talking about the kind of food they should eat, the kind of snacks pregnant women should eat, and not healthy snacks that they should eat, including fruits, homemade, locally made snacks like akara, awara, moi moi, whichever one, pear, uh, banana, fruits, vegetables like carrots. We can work on our minds to crave, no, shift our imaginary cravings that way. Linda Necker, welcome. Don't worry, you're not late. We can always go back to watch it, and we will definitely have more kisses to you. Yeah, we'll definitely have more episodes talking about this. And of course, already, feel free to reach out to us anytime to ask questions. So, there are also things that we should not consume during pregnancy, particularly drinks. Any drink that has caffeine, so like coffee, tea, especially black tea, but tea, coffee, and even sugary drinks. You see these three classes of drinks, we should try to avoid it. Any pregnant woman around you should be told, tell this pregnant woman, please avoid these things, these drinks. They are not healthy. The caffeine and tea, they could cause stillbirth. They could also, you know, cause miscarriages. They could cause growth restrictions. They could also, contribute rather in increasing the woman's BP. So these drinks are not advisable for pregnant women at all. It could also cause insomnia, right? So why do we take coffee most of the time? A lot of people take coffee because they want to be awake, wide awake while we do one work or the other. But at the same time, we also know that taking coffee could also cause anxieties, could, when you need to sleep and rest, the pregnant woman needs a lot of rest and sleep, and then she's not able to sleep because of all of these things. And being pregnant already, you've heard too, you might have heard of pregnancy induced blood pressure. All right. So we don't want to even come and increase this blood pressure by taking caffeine, keeping you awake, keeping you, anxious and all of that. Let me just talk quickly about the sugary drinks. The sugary drinks too. Um, it's highly discouraged. Okay. And funny enough, during pregnancy, a lot of women crave these sugary drinks. I'm telling you. And it's not a good alternative at all. It could also even begin to alter your taste preferences. Like you begin to take Coke and all, and then suddenly even the fruit juice does not make sense to you again, because everyone sweetness, you know what it does to us. So, and this could also lead to increase in weight gain during pregnancy. All of these things can cause complications during pregnancy and during birth. So, for the sake of time, I'll leave it there for now. I see another question from Cletus. He says, as a man, what are the roles we need to play in order to help our pregnant wives? I like that, Cletus. Cletus is preparing to be a great husband and a wonderful father. So, Rumi, do you want to take that? Okay. So Naka is also asking that how about Zobo drink infused with ginger and cloves during pregnancy? Are they advisable to take? So Rumi, I'll let you take the questions and I'll come in.
Okay, thank you so much, Cletus. Um, yes, men, their role is as our head of households. First and foremost, as head of households, what do we do? You provide. You provide all the necessary support. First, provide the needed financial support for your wife to get these different food groups, snacks. Ensure that there is enough supply of the adequate, locally available, adequate food items at home for her to take. Secondly, we advise that as the man of the house, you go with your wife to the facility. We expect you to, escort her to the facility, stay during the counseling, listen to what the nurses will say, because the nurses will also tell the men their role during the pregnancy. If you've ever watched some of those videos, very funny videos online, you hear when some nurses will be telling the women that make sure that oga, you make sure say you allow oga because so that that place will be moisturized for delivery, those kinds of conversations. So those are some of the conversations that happen if you follow your wife. They are able to tell you how you can take care of your wife, also support her from the time she's pregnant down to when she delivers. Even after delivery, your role doesn't stop from just delivery alone. As soon as she delivers, you have to support her to exclusively breastfeed the child. I'm sure we are coming to that episode, but for the purpose of this particular episode, your role is number one, as a provider, ensure that your family, your household, your wife doesn't lack all the needed things she would require during pregnancy. Secondly, ensure that in ANC you follow your wife and encourage her by taking those long walks. So for the exercise, it will be lovely for you to say, oh, hey, babe, come out now, let's stroll, just so that you can exercise your body a bit. It makes her happy, and the more she's happy, the more the child is happy. So these are some of the roles that we expect men to play. Is a supportive role, support from conception till delivery. You are in every step of the way. Secondly, for the infused zobo drinks,
Okay,
there are
I
some
was going
researches
to.
that are ongoing.
Okay,
Okay, let me allow you go.
all right. So, thank you so much, Rumi, for answering those questions. Yes, and we will continue to talk about the role of men as we go, in every episode. And in fact, we'll be emphasizing that men, guys, young boys, Gen Zs, everyone is involved in this. Let's not say it's just a woman's affair. So I'm really glad that Cletus is here, and I'm really glad that you're asking so many questions. You know. So to the second question of how about Zobo drink infused with ginger, cloves during pregnancy. So I think interestingly, I came across some write-ups about this, and the research is that Zobo. Let me start with Zobo. Zobo, that is hibiscus, right? It has some properties that you know s- stimulates menstruation, stimulates blood flow. All right, and so when you're pregnant and you take a lot of Zobo, it could, not for everyone, but it could stimulate blood flow, and this could lead to um, miscarriages for some women. All right. So they are still, it's not established yet, but these are studies that are being carried out. But for cloves and ginger, from what I've read, it's also said that it can be taken. They even help with nausea. Some women, take it and it helps them not to, throw up, and helps control nausea, or help them to control nauseating and vomiting. But it should be taken in moderation. Ginger, cloves be taken in moderation. Even zobo be taken little and in moderation. It's just like the coffee we talk about, coffee and tea. It should be taken in really small quantities. WHO would give you, I think, some really, they have a measurement like 200 grams or something like that of tea or of coffee once a day for the pregnant woman. uh, for zobo, it should be taken really minimally, because different body types could react differently to it, and those properties that is contains may lead to miscarriages in some persons and not in all. So I think one of the key messages here is in minimal quantity and in moderation for ginger and cloves. So that's the information that I have on that.
Okay, thank you. So I will just round up because I'm going to say some so that my roomie will take adolescent pregnancy, adolescent mothers. I will just round up the remaining three for our pregnant women so that she does the adolescent mothers and then we wrap up for today. So the next very important point is that you need to eat the best locally available foods. I think we started with that. We started discussing foods from even the inception of this live streaming. We spoke about food, fruits, veggies. We spoke about protein, increasing your protein level, ensuring that your protein. Can you mute your mic? Okay. Thank you. Okay, so ensuring that your protein level is good. We encourage women, pregnant women, to eat eggs, meat. We encourage them to also take beans, peas, fresh fruits, veggies. So in every of your food combination, please ensure that there is vegetable in your food. And we around the northern side always have spinach available. Aleho is always in season. No matter whether, even if it's not in season, it can never be expensive. It's very affordable. So we encourage women to always put veggies in their food. Additionally, part of our conversation is also to encourage backyard gardening. That is backyard gardening to ensure that women have access to these veggies and they don't need to even buy. So if it's in your backyard, you can just plug few and make your, locally available food highly nutritious for you and your baby. The next one is take vitamin A tablets immediately after delivery or within 6 weeks so that your baby receives the vitamin A in your breast milk to help prevent illness. So you see, vitamin A is very important, and so it is advised that immediately after delivery you take vitamin A, or 6 weeks, or within 6 weeks, so that your baby will take the vitamin A from your breast milk. The last one is use iodized salt. So you know the iodized salt, that salt that have that logo. We don't want the yes, this cross, this triangular shape. We don't want the salt that is measured. We want you to buy it from a pack
I
that you have seen that logo on. It's just like the sugar that has I for vitamin A. So the iodized one has something like this cross, something triangular on it. So that it's called iodized because it has already been processed to include that particular supplement that is needed for pregnant women. So for sugar, it has vitamin A, added to it. So that is why it is encouraged that you take iodized salt in moderation. Because during pregnancies, again, we have women that have high blood pressure. So we don't want that to trigger their blood pressure. So it's always in moderation. I think that is that from my end. Back to you, Rumi. You're muted. You're muted. We can't hear you. You're muted. Hello? Hello, Rumi. It looks like you're muted, though. It looks like you're muted. I can't hear you. We cannot hear you. You are muted. Check your mic. Check your mic. You are muted.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Ah, welcome
Hey,
back. You were just speaking. We
sorry.
couldn't hear you.
Sorry.
And I mean, I was unmuted
I was
actually, but
unmuted actually,
on my
but
page here,
on my
it
page
was
here,
not you.
it was not you.
All
Okay,
right,
so over to
so
you
All
again.
right,
we're
so
we're
we're
wrapping up now. Hi, thank you guys for joining in. Oh, so sorry. I think it must be my network. On my front here, it was unmuted. Like I was saying, what I was trying to say was to wrap up what my roomie had said about the um, vitamins that we need to take, the vitamin A, and also appreciating Neka for sharing with us that she had an episode with from Zobo in her first pregnancy, you know. So I was appreciating her for sharing that. And just to let us know that we'll be discussing more on these key points as we go, and also sharing some researches and studies that speak to these homemade foods, or drinks and other things that we take, and not in moderation most of the time. So, lastly, it will be on adolescent mothers. We don't want to forget that we have pregnant adolescents, right? We have pregnant adolescents amongst us, in our communities, in the rural communities, even in the urban communities. Now, for adolescents, they are considered as their bodies have not even developed fully, before even procreation. And there is a certain age and time that most women are expected to have fully developed in their systems. Their body systems are ready to procreate. So for the adolescent mothers, we don't want to forget them. And we also have two lines speaking to adolescents, and it says they need more care, actually, and need more food, and need more rest than the older mother, right? So if you have an adolescent pregnant woman or lady around you, please encourage her to take very good care of herself. How would she ensure that? Visit the hospital, nearest facility close to her, begin antenatal, sessions, and then ensure that she eats healthy snacks, channel her cravings towards healthy snacks, and then rest more, because her body needs a lot of nourishment, because it is still growing, first of all, and then it is at the same time growing another human being. So it's very important for her. These two key messages are the ones that stand out for adolescents. So these are the key messages, and we would not want to keep us longer. Once again, that is our counseling card, the maternal, infant, and young child nutrition counseling cards. And these make it very easy. You find these cards in the facilities, in most facilities, let me say, and you could, it makes it easy, just with pictures for people, pregnant women, to see, pictures of the kinds of food they're expected to eat. And like we said, we'll also be bringing here with us, guests that would speak about how they ate healthy foods and snacks, even with cravings. So when we're craving during pregnancy, it doesn't mean that you should just eat everything and anything, like our parents and our community members advise. Just eat anything. She's pregnant, to allow her to eat. Just eat. Just give her. She wants Coke. Take. She wants donuts. Take. No, we could actually still channel those cravings towards the right meals and nutritious foods that we need to take. So we would be having more sessions. Thank you, Elijah Adejo. Yes, and it matters. Nutrition really matters for pregnant women. I like how you typed the matters in our own spelling. It matters for pregnant women. It matters during, conception and during pregnancy because it is the foundation, right? It's the foundation of life. That is where the dough is baked for the first time. And like I mentioned it at the beginning of the session, how that dough is molded, and baked, it will only amplify it. So if we do not want birth defects, you don't want to give birth to children who have, one defect or the other, nutrition is key. Nutrition is key in all of this. Like we used to say, after life, that is, you have breath, water, the third most important thing in this life is nutrition. What we take into our bodies, they translate into generations to come. And it starts from conception. We'll end it here. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. Our network, we had network hitches here and there, but yeah. Thank you for joining in. We appreciate you. This is our very first edition on YouTube. It's a humble beginning, and we believe that as we go on, you would invite your friends and families to join us. Thank you, Nutrition Matters.
Thank you.
Nutrition champions, I meant to say. Thank you,
Our
Nutrition
champions,
champs.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you, Cletus. Thank you for all your questions.
Join us next week, Saturday, for another episode. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone. We'll end this now. Please keep your questions flowing in. We'll respond to them. Don't forget, optimal nutrition, healthy life for all, everyone. Bye.